Let's be very clear. The government of Qatar, the Qatari family, has offered to donate this plane to the United States Air Force, where that donation will be accepted according to all legal and ethical obligations. It will be retrofitted to the highest of standards by the Department of Defense and the United States Air Force. This plane is not a personal donation or a gift to the President of the United States. And everyone who wrote that last week should go and correct their stories, because this is a donation to our country and to the United States Air Force. As for a timeline, because it is the United States Air Force that is accepting the plane, I would defer you to them for specifics, because the president, frankly, has nothing to do with it. It's the Air Force's project to take on.
Clarify that Qatar is giving us a new Air Force One as a personal gift to President Trump. Are they gifting it to the country? What could you tell us about this luxury liner that looks like a hotel in the air?
Well, the Qatari government has graciously offered to donate a plane to the Department of Defense. The legal details of that are still being worked out, but of course, any donation to this government is always done in full compliance with the law, and we commit ourselves to the utmost transparency, and we will continue to do that.
Do you worry that if they give us something like this, they want something in return?
Absolutely not, because they know President Trump, and they know he only works with the interests of the American public in mind.
Receiving a $400 million jet from Qatar when your attorney general was a registered lobbyist for Qatar, that's like too perfectly Donald Trump. Even some Republicans are baffled and embarrassed about it. It's just too much this time.
I think we would be crazy not to accept the plane. And I think people have been watching way too many spy movies. And if you think the United States government and our Defense Department is not going to strip the plane. Everybody is talking about technology. Could they be spying on us? Of course, we have foreign assets that want to spy on us, but they're not going to take the plane as is. They'll break it apart. They'll put the necessarily military assets on there, the technology there.
Flip it to the other side.
That's exactly right. Maybe add an extra couch just in case Kill Me wants to be a hobo. But I think it's a gift. I think the president.
Think it's okay?
I think it's totally okay. We have been gifting the world for decades. It feels good to finally get something from someone else. We're always the ones giving charity away.
A president needs to be able to use an ottoman.
Well, first, quickly, Qatar. I trust Qatar like I trust a rest stop bathroom. If they want to be friendly, I want to be friendly back. But with those guys, trust in God, but tie up your camel. Now, in terms of Iran, what you do is what you believe, and everything else is just cottage cheese.
Trump is poised to accept a $400 million plane from Qatar. As a constitutional scholar, what's your response to that?
Well, I mean, he can't accept a $400 plane, much less a $400 million plane. The Constitution establishes a very clear rule, which is that nobody who occupies any office, federal office of profit or trust, including the President of the United States, shall receive without the consent of Congress a present, this is one, an emolument, which is a payment in office or title of any kind whatever from a foreign king, prince, or government. Well, Qatar is a foreign government. It's a monarchical government. And they want to give him a $400 million gift. Apparently, he's been hankering after one of their palaces in the sky jets, and it's clearly for his use. And then it's going to go to his museum library afterwards, where he'll be able to continue to use it. So it's just a blatant violation of the Foreign Emoluments Clause. The framers of the Constitution did not want elected officials who serve only the people of America to be indebted to foreign states.
He says it's free. You realize for security reasons that the Air Force One has to be like a flying fortress. To know that that plane is secure, you got to tear the whole thing apart. You got to take out every nut, every bolt, every screw, and make sure there's not a transmitter in one of them or 100 of them. You got to take that whole thing apart, which means it's going to cost billions of dollars to actually know that you've got an airplane that can safely carry the president and all of the president's communications and everything that gets said there.
But, then again, what difference does it really make to someone like Donald Trump, a man who's been doing this type of stuff his whole life, a man who's just been drowning in corruption, a man who ran for office the third time technically, to avoid prison, and he got away with it, and now he's just doing whatever he wants, as I always point out. But at the end of the day, in his first term, Donald Trump was incredibly corrupt. The billions of dollars that Jared Kushner received, I mean, these people don't care about being statesmen. They don't care about Americans' everyday lives. They don't care about the cost of medicine. The first day Donald Trump was in office, he raised the price of prescription drugs, and then a little bit later, a few months later, because we're not even 4 months in yet, this dude raised the prices again. This man does not care. He does not care. They're firing thousands of people. They're destroying the administrative state. All these organizations that look out for people provide key benefits that we need. Social Security, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that protects people from big banks and financial institutions from defrauding them. Now, we got to get rid of that. Why? Well, so that big banks and financial institutions can further defraud people. Because at the end of the day, this is all about profit for the bigwigs at the top. A good friend of mine, unfortunately, he's going through a bout of cancer right now, and every month he has a prescription bottle of medication that costs $27,000 for one bottle every month. Now, if he didn't have insurance, he would be screwed. There would be nothing he can do, because even if you're well off, even if you're pretty wealthy, $27,000 a month, that's a lot of money. That is completely unaffordable. Even if you got a couple $1 million stashed up, $27,000 a month for medication. But this is the type of country that we live in, and this is who we voted for.